Welcome back to another MoisTea gaming video. I will just give you a quick update on what's happening this time. Spies have been spotted in our territory, so the enemy are definitely wanting to see what's going on there. I believe that the spies can only see what buildings we have. However, the enemy may have researched more spying technology, so I don't actually know what they can see. Last episode, they attacked us from Dunkirk, and they lost. Well, if you'd have watched it, you know, the French probably lost about a town's worth of men. Quite devastating, but it has left them quite tired, so that leaves them open for an attack from us. For some reason, the enemy didn't attack this region, which we did a sneaky attack on when they only had one corp in there defending it. So somehow we've managed to get this. It's severely undermanned, however, but it is spreading out the enemy some. I'm going to have to decide what to do there. I found another weak point in the enemy's lines from their rejig, which is here. If we can take this, or at least attempt to, then we can make it a lot easier to actually get towards Paris. I mean, why not? And another weak point they've done is they've only left one core in Sainte-Menehould. I'm going to go for Sainte-Menehould. See what... Let me know what you think about that. But we can take that in one turn. So that's going to be happening. Which brings us closer to encircling Verdun. If you remember before, the enemy had a good stack of units in this territory here. That's why we have these units ready to go with... Oh, we even built the storage place there, but they've done a rejig and are now looking to prepare an attack from this direction, which means we have to do a rejig as well to counter this. You'll also notice the snow has disappeared and it is very clearly spring. This should change up the look of the battlefields. That should be a very nice change. So I'm going to have to do a rejig, and I will get back to you in a second. Rejig complete. I've kept the mass numbers up in this area for the attack. I've had to make this area rather thin, but I don't believe the enemy are going to be able to break through. This is currently my biggest weak point, I believe, as it's surrounded by enemies who could all potentially get through. However, I'm not too bothered about losing this, even if they do decimate me and take that territory back. The fact that I've managed to spread the enemy out further, that's a win for me. It keeps the line thinner for them. Going to be attacking this next, I believe, before we go up to the large attack upstairs. And I've managed to scrape away more units so that we have hopefully enough to hold an enemy attack from this direction. This here is... There's 8 cores here. I've got 4 cores adjacent in all of our friendly territories. I'm hoping that will be enough, and I've had to purchase supply depots there to make sure we have enough supply to keep our reinforcements coming in case the enemy decide to get giddy. My main concern is that if the enemy do get 2 great victories in these, I will lose a territory. So I think I have prevented that from happening. Let's go and take Sainte-Menehould. That's what I'm calling it. You'll have to deal with it, unfortunately. Technology-wise, we did go for the wartime bonds. I'm hoping that this will be a good investment now, as later on going for money savings is going to be more difficult when we are getting slaughtered. So that's why I've gone for this now. There are other things in here which do reduce costs of things. However, just getting the money in the first place, I believe, is going to be the number one. The next kind of ones we're going to go for is the fighter planes and then the landing strip. And then the improved helmets. We want to go for the landing strip first, as we have a mission which will give us 2 sets of air wings if we complete it, and we just have to get that airstrip. Air wings are expensive, why not get them in? I want to get a supply depot here, however, my money isn't on the super high side, as I've just had to spend a load to get these on the way with supply depots. That's more of a risk, so we're going to have to be stingy. Let's attack from Sten A and see how we get on. The computer reckons this will be a stalemate. I don't think so. We are yet to have a battlefield here. The birthplace of the Benedictine monk Dom Perignon, who made... Shut up for that! That's what it says! It's what? Well, whatever. Girlfriend's laughing at me, by the way, so I hope you enjoy that. Who made significant contributions to the oh, there's the guy who made champagne. Ooh, that's what she was just saying. After that kerfuffle, have a look at this. This is definitely a more interesting view. This is a wide, very wide front is this. Craters are visible, spring has arrived, everything's wet. This map looks a lot different. I don't think I've seen one quite like this before. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe it's just because I've not attacked from this direction or this hex yet. I'll just set up the defences. These are the trenches that I've built. I've had to go for the super skimpy version of not very much, as supply is so limited. I've not even been able to get in artillery. To be honest, I don't think I'm actually going to be able to take this without the artillery. That's the risk I've took. I'm actually betting on the enemy attacking me, because if the enemy attack, I can then surely just hold on to the... I should be able to just run in, but we'll see. It doesn't look like the enemy is going to be attacking. If they don't, I'm going to leave this battle and call for a ceasefire. I'm not willing to risk all of my men for the sake of a minor victory. It's not worth it. Yeah, they're not attacking. I'm going to call for a ceasefire. Oh, okay. So because of that, we actually lose some national morale. Bit of an experiment there. I was hoping the enemy would come at me, but they just didn't. So we'll have to remember that. I just didn't have the supplies for any artillery or anything, so I wasn't willing to just risk everything. Weirdly, this means both teams actually get more national will. I don't know how that works. We're going to do the same thing again, but I will get a supply depot at Voutzers and actually go for them this time. Going to be worth the investment, because I don't believe I'm going to be advancing this line, this part of the front for a while. The only part I'll be looking at is maybe Verdun, Bar-the-Duc and St. Mohand. Seeing as we tickled them as well, the enemy are also now on lower morale from battle fatigue, despite no one actually doing any fighting. And now the game reckons we're going to get a major victory, which I fully suspect we will. Now we will be able to call in the artillery. Bit more of an interesting map. You can see the Frenchmen in the lines already. C, A and B. Wondering if the enemy are actually going to attack. They could even flank down this way, but we'll sort that out. I'm going to set up the defences. So this is what I've done around Y. I have 2 plot there, and I have lots near Z. See what I've done? The forest, which the enemy could happily use to assault my positions and hide the troops until the last second. So I've built the trench lines further back. I've done this in a couple of videos now. This one is a little bit more risky, but it's the best I can do it. So my infantry is as far forward as possible. And I've got lots of units just stashed here. I don't think the enemy will be running into this huge hole, seen as they won't get back out again. And we're going to be launching straight from the middle over to A with some artillery support. Then we're going to run through the forest and go for B, and then run across, take the command trench and go for it at C. We shall see how this plays out. The enemy's trenches have been updated. There doesn't seem to be any observation balloons, which is beneficial to us. These are in very close proximity to each other as well, which makes it easier for our suppression fire. I don't know if the enemy are going to attack. They seem to do it when I don't want them to do it. So we're just going to have to get in there and see what happens. I'll just set up the attack. Alrighty, off they go. I've now actually started using the hotkeys for 1 and 2 for different artillery groups as well. Hopefully that will make me a bit more efficient commander. There's got to be troops in here. Yeah. Get them suppressed quickly. You can go home. You're already knackered. Go on, chat. Please get in there. I've only got 2 artilleries, which means when they stop firing, we're in trouble. And they have now stopped firing. Are we in trouble? I can launch it at the back. I can get another one there, and another one here. That should be enough to suppress them all. These men are being a bit silly. Don't know what these are doing. Right, we're in. Kind of. Notice sometimes what the enemy do, well, not the enemy, when we do attack, sometimes they get confused as to what I want them to do, but it is what it is. You run around and help them. Hopefully we can take this fully without too many losses. You can get out of there. Excellent. That is not a bad result. All these tired troops, we can send them back home. Hopefully these don't perish first. There we go. We've taken this. Gonna have to get some reinforcements up, and we will start stage 2 of the attack. We are now in the forest, ready to go. We have found a machine gun, and the enemy cannot see us while we're in this forest. Got my artillery ready. Gonna fire that straight away. I'm gonna have one at the back as well. Or do I wait? I don't know if there's any units in the back. I can't hear any. Oh, there's another machine gun down there. They all seem to be at the front. Okay, we can work with this. As long as they decide to get in there. Currently they're getting stuck. You just go in there, please. You run around there and take out that machine gun. Don't know what you guys are doing, but we need to get in a trench. No, they've just been a bit silly. Okay, we need more troops up here. Desperately. You go around there. You run around there as well. You run in there. We can keep them running around. We might actually be alright.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Feuerstellung einnehmen. Warten auf Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen.
Excellent. Let's see how this works out, shall we?
Achtung!
So we can get more units ready. Nearly took this section now. The units we have here are a bit tired though. But that won't be a problem. Sending more of them in now. Machine gun is suppressed. And the men are charging in. Currently, oh, there we go. We are now engaging the remaining French forces there. Machine gun is down. Those Frenchmen are nearly dead. Just got this section down. That's another one done. We're going to set up the attack to move to the HQ. Now we're going to be properly on their flank. I'm hoping the machine guns won't be able to do anything. And I'm also hoping the enemy can't shoot us. Off we go. We're running in. Got the arty ready. There are Frenchmen in there. But I think this... Oh no, we can see them now. They can't shoot us. They cannot shoot us. That is wonderful. What are you doing? Get in there. Men being a little bit silly. Got these as a reserve, just sat here. You get in there. Just get in there. Thank you. Dogs are being smashed. We're going to have to get more in. Send them up here now that no one's going to be really hurting us too much. You get in there, you get in there. I'm having trouble lately trying to get them soldiers to do what I want. Not going to lie. But they're going to be fairly strong. They can move up to this position. You can run in there. You can also move up to that position while you go in. These are tired. I want to keep them out of the combat. These guys should get smashed now by the units we have there. I'm going to send these two both into the command trench. That way we should grab it. Going for the final point now. Somehow the enemy can see me. Not what I wanted. But we're going in. Gonna have to keep sending them in and hope for the best. That is the artillery done. The machine gun's facing the wrong way, which is nice. Send them that way. They're getting blasted. There's quite a few of them here. Quick, in across. What else do we have floating around? We get in there. Just get in a trench, lads. Oh, they're knackered. But this is all that they have left. The machine gun will be destroyed in a moment. We've got these troops stationed up here, also ready to run in. Get them in there. What a good do. So we've nearly taken this now. This is the last unit. We're going to send our men over the top while they are suppressed. Hopefully they actually get on with it. Come on, chaps. Yeah, off they go now. Running in. That's it. We're in. This is the final unit. Then we can capture C. We would have had a great victory. This should certainly mess up the French, and they will have to redeploy. There we go. Steady victory. Lovely jubbly. That cost me 700 quid. Hopefully it'll be worth it. We've murdered 5,500 people and it cost them 450 quid. What a good do. Well, it's certainly changed the national will. We've been hammering that down in this campaign. So we couldn't take it, but doing that will significantly make it easier if we do decide to attack that again. And also, the enemy will probably redeploy their units now to strengthen that area. Which means that if we were to attack Bar the Duke, then we could potentially fully encircle Verdun. Now, there's not too many units actually in Verdun, but it would be great if we didn't have to lose so many troops doing it. And there is a base morale for Verdun for the Allies for whatever reason. Pride of France, there you go, that's why. So those 3 corps will be significantly more strengthened. They won't be giving in, they will be dying to the last man. Ideally, we don't want to be fighting there. So if we can surround it, and hopefully we should be able to just smash the stars off because it's separate. I'm not too sure how it works. No one has confirmed it with me, bar from some of the demo gameplay. So we'll have to see. And I'm going to leave it not in this episode, but in the next one, we're going to be attacking Dunkirk. The enemy attacked me from there, so they are a bit more knackered, and I want to be getting closer to Calais as much as possible. Could either attack Calais or Arras. You'll find out in the next episode what I decide to do. Tell me in the comments what you think I should do before I make the next episode. I do read them all as best as I can. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you there.